Hello! So what if the Beatles, aka the White Album, was just one single disc? This is something that's been debated by philosophers and scholars for centuries. Let me start by saying that this is a fantastic album. As it is, the 30 tracks, double disc, well not this one, this is the 7 disc version, but you know what I mean. It ranks number 4 in my current favourite Beatles albums, and I did a video of my favourite Beatles albums, so you can check that out on my channel. I also did a video reviewing this lovely 7-disc 50th anniversary edition with this lovely book, and that's on my channel as well, obviously. And I'm going to do a video reviewing all the songs, all the sessions, all the demos. Speaking of which, the sessions are not in sequence, but the eShow demos are. So what I've done is I've put a playlist together of all of the sessions, all of the demos, all of the stuff from Anthology 3 that pertains to the White Album, and I've put them all in sequence as they are on the album. So you can listen to that on my Spotify page, and there's a link to that in the description below. There will also be a link to my final running order single disc version of the White Album, which is a 16-track album, which was feasible in those days, 8 per side. They're not in sequence. Some of them are, some of them aren't, but it's just because I want it to flow well. Here we go. Side 1, track 1, Back in the U.S.S.R. Track 2, Dear Prudence. It works so well on the album, so there's no reason to mess with that. Track 3, Glass Onion. Track 4, While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Track 5, Why Don't We Do It in the Road? Now that comes with a caveat. We'll talk about that in a bit. Track 6, Happiness is a Warm Gun. Track 7, I Will. Track 8, Revolution number 1, which also comes with a caveat and a side salad. Flipping it over, side 2, track 1, Helter, Skelter. Track 2, Julia. Track 3, Blackbird. Track 4, Long, Long, Long. Track 5, Sexy Sadie. Track 6, Savoy, Truffle. Track 7, Honey Pie. And track 8, Cry Baby Cry. A lovely single disc of the White Album, but I mentioned a couple of caveats, and those are, I'm going to take those 2 songs out. I'm going to put them in the pile of rejected songs. Now I'm going to add a couple of songs that were recorded during the White Album sessions, that is to say, from when the White Album sessions began to when they ended. Yeah, I know I'm taking liberties, but it's just a bit of fun. It's not as if they're going to go back and reissue the album like what I say. Like what I say. So, sorry about the grammar. So this is my finished, revised edition of the White Album. One single disc. Here we go. Brrr. Side 1, track 1, Back in the U.S.S.R. Track 2, Dear Prudence. Track 3, Glass Onion. Oh! Side 1, track 1, Back in the U.S.S.R. Track 2, Dear Prudence. Track 3, While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Track 4, Glass Onion. Track 5, Not Guilty. That beautiful George song that they did loads of takes of and then didn't put on the album. Track 6, Happiness is a Warm Gun. Track 7, I Will. Track 8, Hey Bulldog. Yeah, it was recorded around about this time. It definitely was. It was John's riposte to Paul's Lady Madonna. John wanted that to be the single, but Paul and George Martin thought Lady Madonna, and they won. I'd love to have heard Hey Bulldog as a single. I think it would have still done well. It's a fantastic song. Just put something else on the Yellow Submarine. It's not as if anybody really cares about the Yellow Submarine. I'm sure some people do, so you don't have to mention that. Side 2, Doesn't Change. Track 1, Helter, Skelter. Track 2, Julia. Track 3, Blackbird. Track 4, Long, Long, Long. Track 5, Sexy Sadie. Track 6, Savoy, Truffle. Track 7, Honey Pie. Track 8, Cry Baby Cry. So that's it. That's my single disc version of the White Album. If someone handed me the vinyl, the album, gatefold, on one side poster and photo inserts, on the other side one single white vinyl with those 16 tracks, I'd be like, oh man, it might be my favourite Beatles album of all time. I would love, I'm just thinking that I might get that. It would be such an expensive thing to have made, such a luxury, but it would look amazing. And with Hey Bulldog on it. Anyway, so I'm going off topic. Well, I'm not actually. I'm still on topic, but I'm drifting. So there you go. I'm sure lots of people disagree. Leave in the comments what you would have on your single disc version. I look forward to reading them. I do other stuff too, so feel free to subscribe and follow me and see what I get up to. And I'll be back with another video very soon. So thanks for watching.